384 pitches.
That's a lot of pitches.
199 by the Royals and 85 by the Yankees. I mean, for 7 innings, it was like a snooze fest.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, all hell broke loose, and the Yankees did something that I don't think any team's ever done. I think they lost the lead in the 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th innings.
That's right. They did.
It's unbelievable. And the way that game just, kind of unfolded. And, of course, Luke Voit, now all of a sudden, second game back, he's right in the middle of all of it.
Luke Voit and Brett Gardner.
That's exactly right. So this is what you need. You got to have guys stepping up at different times. And they had Stanton batting in the 2-hole last night. I don't know if that helped Brett Gardner. I don't know if that helped Luke Voit where he was batting. I have no idea. All I know is last night was a marathon game. And I'm ready to turn it off because it was just absolutely
a snooze
fest. And all of a sudden, the fireworks started, and then you can't go to bed.
Of course, because it was just one inning after another, exciting stuff and game-tying stuff and plays at the plate and everything else.
And I will say this, that we love when local guys make good and local guys get a chance. And Andrew Velasquez got a chance last night out of the blue because of Gleyber Torres and his thumb injury now. He's going to be on the IL for at least 10 days. He handled all of his responsibilities in the field well. There were twice where he thought he walked, where he threw the bat towards his dugout and it was going to go to first base, and then he was rung up on a 3-2 count twice. And both of those, by the way, were strikes. He actually swung at a bad pitch and fouled it off for the second time he would have walked. But for him, think about this. A Fordham Prep kid, grew up in the Bronx.
Yeah, born and grown up in the Bronx. Yeah.
And I'm sure that he was inspired by Derek Jeter. And out of the blue, he's starting shortstop for the Yankees. But it goes to show you just how all these teams are dealing with so many different issues on top of the COVID lists and now the injuries that are coming again, and then guys coming back from injury. Maybe Garrett Cole's going to be back before we know it. The Yankees, they just keep chugging along. Now, Kansas City's not a great team. They're going to play the White Sox. And I was watching a little of the White Sox Twins last night. I know.
No, you weren't.
Yes, I was.
How did you? Why?
Because I'm
a loser.
I'm not a loser. I just was. There was no Met game last night, so ESPN had them on.
Oh, so it was a Monday Night Baseball.
Right,
ESPN.
right. So I watched. I just want to see what the White Sox look like. Man, they're loaded.
They are loaded.
They are freaking
great
loaded.
Baseball team.
Right. So there will be buzz. I think there's buzz. Because we were talking about this Iowa game that they're playing against the Yankees. I think there will be buzz because I'm telling you, they may be the best team in the American League.
They may be.
They're a bomb squad.
Yes, they certainly. You're watching the White Sox Twins, man. I
was just watching a little of it.
I
didn't watch the whole game. I didn't watch the whole game. I just there was no Met game last night. There wasn't really going. I was watching a little. What's that, Ninja Warrior show?
Oh, American Ninja Warrior.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, my wife was watching that downstairs when I went up to watch the rest of the Yankees
last night.
Yeah, she was old. She loves that American Ninja Warrior.
Yeah, there's a lot of teenagers in that are just killing it.
Yeah, that is.
I guess they're coming out of Connecticut with this guy that won last night, who does all the coaches a lot of these kids.
And some of them, they're obviously all in shape. But
right.
Some of them you wouldn't expect to be as agile as they are when you just take a look at him. You're like, oh, this is a scrawny person.
Right.
And then they're just up there, and it's
crazy.
Stuff that they do is insane.
It is nuts. But anyway, so I was flipping around last night. That's why I landed on Twins and White Sox.
Loser!
Yeah, I'm not a loser. Stop with that. You got to come in there and slap you around a little bit today, talking about losers.
Yeah, White Sox Twins on a Monday night.
Yeah, but I just wanted to say loser, and the triple.
Saying lots of buzz for the Iowa game.
I don't know.
Sure.
We'll see if there's buzz or no buzz, but I do know this, that the Chicago White Sox are a team that's gotten healthy now, a team that, if you remember back in the beginning of the year, what was the issue with the White Sox?
Tony La Russa.
That's right. And whether or not he was, his methods were going to be accepted by today's very emotional and sensitive players.
Yeah.
And guess what?
It looks like it's working.
They're playing great, man. They are playing great. And last night they hammered the Twins. I don't know what to tell you. This is, and the Yankees are not 100%. That's the thing that really stinks. You just wish they were 100%, and you hope that Rizzo's doing okay, and you wish that Gleyber Torres was ready to rock and roll and all this other stuff, and Gary Sanchez was active and Garrett Cole was active, but they're not. They're going through yet again another spate of injuries.
Yes,
and illness.
I'm going to do one of these things. You know how we like to take the temperature of the room?
Taking the temperature.
I'm taking the temperature, and I'm not only taking the temperature, I'm also recording it to see where we're at. We did this with the draft. You were the only one who were right about it, of course, with Zach Wilson.
Yep.
So let's do this now. All right. Today is the 10th? Today is August 10th. Is it?
Yes.
It's 8/10. Okay.
Yeah.
I grabbed a Pete Hoffman pen.
Nice.
I think Hoffman gave us these pens because we're always complaining about how there's no pens in here. Do you remember that? That hit me yesterday driving home. I was like, we have no pens in this place. Nobody's got any pens. And Hoffman dropped off 1 million pens for us.
At least there's a producer paying attention to us.
Look at that, Pete Hoffman. All right, so it's August 10th. Will there be one New York baseball team in the postseason, 2 New York baseball teams in the postseason, or 0 New York baseball teams in the postseason? Who wants to go first? Anybody? Al Dukes, you go first.
0.
0 New York baseball teams in the postseason on August 10th. Al, 0. Eddie.
0.
Wow. 2 zeros. Look at this negativity. Eddie, 0. I will say that there will be 1 New York team in the postseason, and that is going to be the New York Yankees. Jerry, are you there?
I'm here. I say 1. I say it'll be the Yankees.
All right, Jerry, 1, and the Yankees. Boomer, I saved you for last because you are Boomer Esiason.
That's true.
We saved the best for last.
All right.
Boomer, where you at?
I'm 1 with the New York Yankees.
Okay, all right. So nobody here believes that the Mets are going to come back and make the playoffs.
When you look at their schedule and you look at the way that they're playing, we could maybe feel a little bit different after this series with the Washington Nationals, assuming that they can sweep. But if they don't sweep, then I just think it's – and I know they're right there, but they're only there in their division. They're not there in the wild card. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They
got one shot to make it.
One shot, and the 2 teams behind them have caught them. They are now in 3rd place. I mean, they have been steamrolled over the last 2 weeks.
I think the Braves win the division. That's what I think.
Yeah, I don't know. With Bryce Harper the way he's hitting and Zach Wheeler the way he's pitching, the only thing that I worry about if I were a Philly fan would be their bullpen. It's like been a disaster all year.
Yeah, they bolstered it at the trade deadline.
They did.
You know how bolster is only used for the bullpen? They bolstered the bullpen.
They lengthened the lineup.
Yeah,
as we found out yesterday.
They bolstered the bullpen. Yeah, and what do you do with an offensive line? You upgrade an offensive line.
You upgrade the offensive line.
Upgrade. Yeah.
You upgrade.
Yeah. You can add to. That's another thing people say a lot.
They added to the
secondary. Yeah. There you go.
Giants added to the secondary.
They also
added to their wide receiving core.
Yeah, they did. They did.
If this Kadarius Toney, young Joka, and John Ross, and Kenny Golladay, and Sterling Shepard, I mean, they got some speed out there, man. They got some size, they got some speed, and if Evan Ingram doesn't drop, key 3rd down passes.
Hell, man, you don't need to sell the Giants to me.
I know you're all in on the Giants, man. I don't know. I've never seen you like this.
All in on the Giants?
Yes.
I'm all in on the Giants. Yeah, I mean, you got to remember, I'm also the guy who was crushing the Giants, saying they'd be the worst team in football for the last couple of years, and I was right.
But that's why I am saying that this turnabout is
Love the Giants.
Very interesting.
I love the way they played last year. Even though they lost a bunch of games, they were in every game but one. I just love their attitude.
The coach.
I think the coach is great.
Yes.
I think Daniel Jones will be much better this year, and I think the weapons that they have a potential to be very, very good.
What I like is that Sterling Shepard has shown that, hey, if you got sensitivities, we don't want you.
Yeah, we don't want you.
This is about ball. This is about playing football. Yeah. This is about getting in each other's face. This is about holding each other accountable.
Maybe you should talk to the Mets, that Sterling Shepard.
It's culture.
Yeah.
I keep telling you about the culture.
The culture.
You laugh, but I tell you.
No, I don't laugh. I know exactly what you're talking about.
You know who's got a great culture?
Who's that?
The Islanders have a great culture.
They do, since Lou, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, he's a culture guy. He just brings culture with him.
Yeah, he's culturing all over the place.
Yeah, he just packs culture in his bags and opens it up, and it just spreads.
We're all about the culture.
It just spreads everywhere.
He's a culturizing some bitch.
Do you think that the Jets should go out and trade for Michael Thomas? Wouldn't that be something? Hey, you got the assets.
And they also have the room.
You got the cap room.
Yeah, but how healthy
What would that do for a rookie quarterback?
But how healthy is he?
He'll come back midseason. And then you got him after that.
Yeah, but again, I don't, again, you're talking about...
Get him in the cheap. Trade for an injured player. Want to talk about changing the culture? One of the best wide receivers in the game. Doesn't like where he's at. When he comes back mid-season, Zach Wilson.
So he went from playing with Drew Brees, where he was the main target.
Yeah.
And this is like what I was saying about Julio Jones going to Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
So Julio Jones came from a team that I think attempted like 650 passes, and he's going to a team that probably attempted like 470 passes.
Hey, Tannehill's been slinging it, though.
I'm not saying he's not slinging it. I'm not saying that he's not playing well.
That's another thing that quarterbacks say, slinging it. Yeah.
But I will say that team offensively is built around who?
Derrick Henry.
Right. So the amount of opportunities that Julio Jones was used to getting when he was healthy and at the top of his game and playing with Matt Ryan as one of the best, if not the best duo in the NFL there for about 4 or 5 years, that's not going to be the case in Tennessee.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
I do understand.
See what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
So the point being is that maybe Michael Thomas, while he's obviously unhappy with New Orleans, he may not want to come and play with a rookie quarterback.
Yeah, you're probably right.
And he could also be a hindrance to that quarterback. Like, you see him on the field as a great athlete, world-class wide receiver, and I would agree with you. But he also, if he's not getting the ball and he's not,
he'd get the ball.
He's not in the mix.
He'd get the ball.
And the young rookie quarterback is struggling, then all of a sudden a guy like him becomes really frustrated, and then that frustration boils over, and then you got yourself another issue on your hands.
Yeah, I mean, I understand.
When you're building culture.
Yeah, when you're building culture, you don't want to bring in a culture killer.
Well, you don't know if he is or not. I just think that the situation could create that, and that's what you got to be really careful about. That's why I always say, to me, there is something to be said about guys like Brett Gardner being in the locker room.
Yeah.
Like, all right, so he's batting 180. I know that. He's not supposed to be playing every game, but the only reason he's playing so many games is because everybody else is getting hurt. And he's not, and he happens to be the guy that they fall back on.
Yeah, I mean, even though his season has been mostly down, a little bit up last night, he's a huge asset because he's out there and he's playing.
And if you listen to the manager, he'll tell you he's like having a second manager on the team.
Yeah.
So you can't minimize that.
No.
When it comes to culture.
When it comes to culture. He's another culture guy. We have a culture here. It's Boomer and Gio on the Fan and CBS Sports Network.
Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the red bell so you're notified when we have new content.